The No Nonsense Roundtable, a weekly radio show and podcast where host Dom Genova interviews guests from all walks of life, all with amazing stories to tell. And now, here's your host, Dom Genova.
Well, welcome everybody to another edition of your No Nonsense Roundtable, now commercial free on WISL and WLEA, and you can hear it all over the place because they go all the way down these stations to like Hornell and the Southern Tier, and the signal in Rochester is really good. But we do this every Saturday at 10 o'clock on WISL, WLEA, and you can tune in and on the radio, or you can get it by going online to WISL and streaming it, so you can be anywhere. And I happen to be someplace right now. I am in South Bend, which is I think I think my guess. I think you went to college here, didn't you, Mr. Mason?
I did attend. You're in God's country right now. It's a beautiful place, the booming metropolis of South Bend, Indiana, the home of the Fighting Irish.
The people out here are just so nice. I mean, Midwesterners, and the thing about being here is, you go to church and there are these families. I mean, it's like 6 and 7 kids, and Emmy Coney Barrett has 7 kids, and she taught here at in Notre Dame. But anybody who didn't catch the name, this is the first person I have on my show, the harbinger of spring show, I would call it, is the Red Wings all the times. And I have the general manager of the Red Wings, Dan Mason, here. And you have been with the Red Wings for how long?
This will be my 37th season.
37th season, and you still have a light in your eyes, like you found your place, right?
I absolutely. This is I think where I was meant to be, and I still have I still get butterflies before every game, and especially before every opening day, which will be coming up here on March 31st. And my hair color has changed and I have less of it, but my love for the Red Wings grows stronger every day.
Well, you can't complain about your hair when you have my hair, or lack thereof. It's funny. My father used to wear a golf hat all the time, and I thought he was vain. He wasn't vain. I'm bald. You get cold. So that's just the way it is. So there are a lot of great things happening with the Red Wings, and I have to say, and I know we said this just before the show, the Red Wings did a lot for my family. I mean, it's not like you specifically went out of the way to do something for us. It was just the atmosphere that we could go to a ballpark on a nice summer day. The two girls, Anita and I, could have a nice quiet conversation and enjoy the very rare, beautiful weather that we have, and see a baseball game and all the other things that you put together with the game. And this is one thing I see with you too. You understand that part of your charge is entertaining and engaging people, and I mean, obviously, God gave you a gift because you're very, very good at that.
I'm surrounded myself with great people, Dom, and it's all about the team that, and from being a business owner yourself, you're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And I'm very fortunate to have a lot of great people that work with me on a daily basis. And, my title is general manager, but it could really be director of fun, because that's our job, is to make sure when you, your family, your friends, when you come to a game, it's worth your time, it's worth your money, and you have fun, because this is a place where people come to kind of forget about whatever is bothering them at home or at work or at school or wherever. It's just a haven where for 3 hours or 4 hours, you can just relax and have a great time and engage in some great conversation, and high five Spikes or Mitzi, and have some great ballpark food, see some great baseball, and no matter what happens on the field, our job is to entertain fans when there isn't a game being played, between innings, before the game, after the game, and we take our fun very seriously. So we're very blessed to, many of us, to have been born and raised here, and to do this for our community, to be able to be this asset for our community is a great honor to work here and to do that for our family and friends.
Well, I talk all the time about businesses that get it and they don't get it. I used to call on a lot of dealers down in the metropolitan New York area, and they would they would stick it to their customers, but then they would donate something to a charity. It's like, well, wait a minute. What is your culture? What are you trying to do? You are trying to you're trying to have the appearances of caring, or do you really care? And the thing about the Red Wings is that you guys genuinely care. It's in the atmosphere, it's in the culture, and in any business, it's either ingrained in the culture or it's not ingrained in the culture. And one of the things I want to say to you is that we, Nita and I, came to a game, quite frankly, because somebody gave us a couple of free tickets, and we went and we were like, wow, this is really cool. This is a great place for us to spend time with our girls, because there's only so many things you can do, but you can go to a ball game. You can you go to the park, but you're not going to go to the park every weekend. You can go to a ball
Right.
game, twice on a weekend, and it's always
Yep.
different. And whether you're winning or losing, uh, you're bonding with people. And the thing is that there's something about, and I know that the teams don't directly report to you, right? I mean, they report to their franchises, though. But the ball players that we've met and we've shaken hands with and even had over for dinner, they carry on that feeling like they care about you. I remember Mike Dyer once. So my daughter goes up to Mr. Kadire. She calls him, Mr. Kadire, can you sign my fold? She goes, hey kid, my name's Mike. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not
Absolutely.
only is he engaging with her, but he's making her feel comfortable. And of course, one of these days I'm going to find out what's on the inside of Spikes, because your Spikes is quite the character. What he can communicate without talking is pretty darn good.
It's incredible. And you bring up a great example in our players who represented not only the Red Wings but the game of baseball really well. Michael Kadire was just he is, I should say, just a really great human being. And we're very fortunate to have a lot of great human beings who wear our uniform and represent our city, our team, even though they've never many of them had never been here until they were sent here to play baseball, right? But
Yeah.
become ingrained in the community,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, they see what we do on a daily basis, and they're a big part about. They're a big reason why people come here. Let's face it. They're the most important reason why a
Yeah.
lot of people come here, and for them to be engaging and just nice to people, smiling, giving them an autograph, giving them a high five. That means a tremendous amount to a lot
Hmm.
of people, not only to the kids that they're interacting with or the adults that they're interacting with, but if you're a dad or a mom and you see one of our players, high fiving your kid, it really makes you feel great because you know what kind of impact that can have on a young person.
Yes, and my my daughter Francesca still has Terry Tiffy's shoe.
I was going to ask you if
How
you
she
still
got,
had
how she, how she got, I don't know. How does she get one shoe of Terry Tiffy? I don't, I mean, was it a giveaway or did he throw a shoe? I have
I,
no idea. But
I
she
think
still
it's
has it on
on
her. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was on Fan Appreciation Day, maybe. And some of the guys that didn't need their shoes or their gloves or old T-shirts would sign stuff and then give it to us to give away to fans. And I knew that she was a big Terry Tiffy fan. So what would warm her heart more than a Terry Tiffy used baseball shoe?
Oh my God, it's the size of a canoe. You could
Yeah,
float a family in it. I mean, how
yeah,
big it is. Yeah, yeah, it really is. And it's signed, what the heck. But one of the things I want to get into too, and I'll talk to Maury about this when I have him on, was the naming of the ballpark. What really funny is people can complain about anything. Are they calling it a ballpark? Okay. It's like,
yeah.
what's wrong with calling it a ballpark? It's a ballpark. It's great. It looks like a ballpark. It looks like an old ballpark, which really is cool. Because
Yeah,
sometimes you go some places and it's, there's too much cinder block. I don't want
yeah.
to say which stadiums around you, but it's too much cinder block and it looks like it could be anywhere. But the brick in the field of place is just evocative of an old ballpark.
No doubt about it. And it was back when we built it in 1997. We saw the allure and the charm and how popular Camden Yards was in
Mhm.
Baltimore, and we wanted to try to emulate that here in Rochester. And at the time, we were affiliated with the Orioles, so it made a lot of sense. And we have the same seats as they have in Camden Yards, and sort of the same look with that brick on the exterior and a lot of green on the interior. And when we partnered with our friends at ESL, who, we just couldn't be happier with
Mm.
that partnership. Over the years, they've been tremendous partners, and now to take our relationship to another level and have them place their name on our home, we just couldn't be more excited. You talk about great culture and great organizations. ESL is right up there at the top of the list. Just phenomenal people, and a really strong culture, and it really aligns with our core values as well. And they're a company that's been in Rochester for a long time, like the Red Wings, like Wegmans, like Jenny Beer, like Zweigel's, right? And there's certain staples in town that are that kind of scream Rochester, and ESL is one of them, and we'd like to think we are as well. And it just made for a great match, and couldn't be more excited about the name ESL Ballpark.
Well, before I get into that, let me do a little more retail here because my one of my fellow alum of St. Bonaventure is owns Rohrbach. So
Sure.
let's throw Rohrbach in there because you get a good pint of that stuff when you get to the ballpark, and that's another Rochester place. But there are places that have woven their way into the culture of Rochester, and I always say that about you guys is that you're one of the gems. And this deal that you have with DSNL, and I just I don't want to fawn over this thing, but when I was a car dealer, we dealt with ESNL all the time. ESNL would be dealing with our customers, and we would finance their cars through ESNL, a lot of them. And the one thing that you found out with ESNL is that they understood the upstate market. They understand people here. And they understand that if you're making 40 or $50,000 and you're living on Mount Morris, you're okay. It's not like if you're making 40 or $50,000 and you're living in Nassau County where a house costs you $750,000. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
understood the culture, and they were able to craft their financing in such a way. There are a lot of people who could get financing and maybe they wouldn't be able to get someplace else. So I'm really happy that you have joined up with them, and it's for quite a while too. I mean, this isn't just a 1 or 2 year thing, right?
correct. It's at least 10 years, but hopefully a lot longer than that with options and so forth. So we're looking forward to being ESL Ballpark for a long time.
I just love it. I think it's a great idea. So talking about let's do a little self-interest for me here, okay? Since we're doing this thing, so I'm able to do this show for and have no commercials on it because I I truly think it's like when I was a no nonsense car dealer. It was one of these things where just people have a certain need and you just take care of them. So I'm doing this for a reason of trying to help people and maybe get some word out about some people that you don't know and some people that you should know. And I'm doing this commercial free and absorbing the cost. And the Red Wings are going to help me with this by being the presenting sponsor for me, and we are going to be giving away some tickets to the ballpark so other people can experience the same thing that I did when I became hooked on the Rochester Red Wings. So if we can get other people to come, and we'll give out 4 tickets a week, and they can come with their family and experience it and have some fun. And I can go, maybe if we pick out the same seats, I can come say hello to them or something like that. I like the you don't want to call them the cheap seats, but I like the seats up high because there is not a bad seat in the whole place. And you sit up there and you get the nice breeze
Yep.
and it's just a wonderful experience. So
Yeah, you and Nita tend to sit all the way up at the very, very top of the stadium. I think it's in section 205 or
yeah.
206. And yeah, I remember I was doing something. I was going to visit another fan, and I was like, "What are you guys doing up?" But I think that that says a lot about both of you, right? And like you said, there is no bad
No
seat.
bad
If you took
No.
quote unquote the worst seat in our place, right, all the way at the
Mhm.
top, all the way at the end, you would pay probably about $150 or $200 for that same ticket at Yankee
Mhm.
Stadium, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
no matter where you are here, and you can, every seat's a great one. The sight lines are awesome, and of course, we have the best ballpark food in the country. And we can't wait to service our fans again for 75 parties this year, starting on March 31st.
Well, and and there's no it's very rare to find a cone head.
Yeah,
So anybody doesn't know what Conehead is, you have to really not be a baseball fan. But he's one of the vendors. He's a great guy, absolutely great guy, and he wears this cone. I don't know how he does it because it has to get hot underneath that there. But Conehead, if you get a warm beer for free, you drink. If you don't get a warm beer from me, you drink
yeah.
it for free. And he just a really. I have to have him on the show again. I actually had him on the show years ago and he sent me a thank you note. I mean, I mean, he's doing me a favor by coming on the show, and he sends me a thank you note. That's what a nice guy it is. And then you have your bat dog.
Yes, Bruce the Bat Dog. He'll be making, I believe, 11 performances this year, mostly on Saturdays. And we can't wait to have Bruce and his owner Josh back for more games this year. He's got his own designer line this year. We have a hoodie, we've got a a t-shirt, we've got
You got
plushies, we got Bruce Squishmallows, we got all kinds of Bruce stuff.
you
Um,
got
People love him. I mean,
you got.
people absolutely. We could be losing 18 to nothing in the ninth inning, and if Bruce runs out to fetch a bat,
Oh yeah.
he erupts like we just won the World Series. Every time that he runs out there, people go crazy. And we're also going to be featuring a Bruce and Josh Snyder bobblehead this year on
Okay.
July 5th. So, yeah, we're very excited. And of course, the Bruce dog, you can get a Bruce hot dog. It's a foot long Zweigels hot dog with
Uh,
Rochester meat, hot sauce, and diced onions at Poppin' Hots every night here at the ballpark. So, yeah, Bruce will be back in full effect, and we can't wait to see his wagging tail here again this year.
well, and then let's go through some of the other things. You have fireworks, and then you have concerts, and you have run the bases on Sunday, which Nina and I love just sitting. We come down from those high seats to go sit in one of the seats by the field just to see the kids run around for the bases, which is really great, and especially when it's like Father's Day and whatever, and throwing the balls out. But you work your tail off, and there's two things I remember from you that I will always have in the back of my mind, and one of them, it's not your fault. I mean, this isn't your fault, but it's not a good thing. It's
Okay.
in September when you go, see, we'll see you in April. I can't. Oh no, that's right too, April, But then every show, I will call it a show rather than a baseball game, every show, and let's have some fun. And when you put that stake in the ground, you absolutely and positively deliver on that promise. So thank you ever so much. I'm going to have Maury on the show in a second or two to talk about a little bit about the history and his family and whatever. And Dan, I have to tell you, you were one of the people, and Maury too. Well, Maury has one thing that you don't have. He could win a Josh Allen lookalike contest. I mean, there's no
True.
question about, yeah, no question about that. Maybe you can do that. You know, that would be a good thing for some Saturday. Come by, have a Josh Allen lookalike contest, and see if he beats everybody. Okay,
Yeah,
and then we'll hand out some of my books or something like that for for
I
the
like
winner. Yeah, there you go. And and yeah, he can talk. He can talk about how baseball is here because of his granddad. Somebody having a vision, and this jewel that we have, which is you guys. This jewel exists in Rochester, and like I said, I believe in you guys. Love you guys dearly.
thank you,
You are
Tom.
just
Love you too.
you get it. You absolutely get it.
Well,
And with go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say thank you very much for having me today, and let me know how I get my hands on one of those Nita squishy keychains. I think it is. Right? You're
Well,
going to get a
anybody
lot
on
of
the radio?
people asking for those. A lot of people are going to. Those going to be in high demand.
Well, anybody who is listening to this as a radio show, you're going to have to go to the YouTube to find out what the heck we're talking about. So with that, thanks, and we will see you at the park. You know where to find us. We're going to be all the way on the top, and the great thing about that, you get that great whiff of the hot dog juice that comes,
Oh yeah,
behind you in the breeze and everything. It's really great.
it's
So,
the best.
so Dan, God bless you. Thank you for doing what you
God
do,
bless you.
and we will see you soon.
You got it, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening. You can find our previous shows at nononsenseroundtable.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll make more.